In school, teachers would ask, who wants to be what? My hand will be up first and I'll say, ma'am, I want to be a captain one day. And I would say life was at danger at many points. Imagine a 15 tons grab coming towards me and everybody shouting, Bhandari bhag, Bhandari bhag. We had a very serious situation. We left from Kakinada with underwater cables. As soon as the vessel came out of the breakwater, she started to give those mild rolls. We turned to head to the rig and the vessel started rolling so heavily. Within minutes, those cable rolling started going out of hand. किसी का हाथ आ गया, कुछ हो गया तो my God, हाथ चला जाएगा आदमी का. उसकी गर्दन जाती पर मैं सूली पे चढ़ गया. And then again hard port, then again even out. Literally, I cannot breathe. I just come out in the open. I just look into the sea. I cannot breathe. Because I knew I can't go back on that iron bucket. मैं मर जाऊंगा उधर. And I moved into shore job from $850.
Oh, wow.
$850 मतलब उन दिनों का 15 लाख हो गया.
Yes.
I was suffering.
Welcome back to the KSN show. Today's guest is none other than Captain Amit Bhandari. For those who don't know him, he's from the offshore world. That means the world of DP vessels, drilling platforms, anchor handling, etc. And in this podcast, he's going to decode the various myths of offshore industry. How much salary does an offshore master get? Along with that, he has shared some of the most brutal and intense experiences he's had on offshore as well as main fleet. I promise you, by the end of this podcast, you will want this man to come back again, because he's also talked about something which truly enamored me and got me into the loop of what he tries to do in terms of mental health and mental awareness. Watch the podcast till the end, because those who want to convert from main fleet to offshore will definitely get a lot of insights in this one. Captain Amit for you all. Captain Amit, welcome to the KSN show, sir. We've been following you for a long while and we love the work you have put up, sir.
Oh, nice.
The thing is, people actually don't quite know the backstory of from where you've come up. So my intention with having you here was to decode Captain Amit before he got into the social media. So we'll start like that, sir. But first, sir, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling superb. Yeah, I'm feeling excited. I don't know. I'm always excited. You know,
It
मेरी
shows, sir.
जिंदगी में ups and downs भी आते हैं, फिर भी मैं excited ही होता हूँ. They may bring you down for
Right, sir.
a second, but yeah.
Beautiful, sir. Beautiful. So let's take you back to the journey of you being a 18-year-old boy, passing out from your school, and how did you come to this plan? Ki I want to go out at sea, sir. Let's go there, sir.
Well, if you really want to know how I decided to come out to sea, is I in fact decided to go out to sea at the age of 10 or 11.
Acha.
Because I sailed with my father. My father's an ex-commander from Indian Navy.
Right, sir.
And then he also left Navy and he joined the Merchant Navy. So
Okay.
he was a chief engineer with the offshore. So that's how my offshore also comes up, you know.
Right, sir.
So I sailed with my father. A very short sailing, Bombay to Karanvir or something like that. पर उनके साथ सेल करने में ही I was like, एक दिन मैं कैप्टन बनूंगा.
Wow.
मैंने वहीं डिसाइड कर लिया. And I used to see my father coming out from the engine room, हाथ गंदे, वो ग्रीस की स्मेल आ रही है. And I was like, I just want this. This is what I want in my life. तो वहीं से मेरी वो जर्नी शुरू हो गई.
ठीक है.
When I came home also, I actually surprising. I mean, you asked me and suddenly I have a trigger, you know. I came home and I made a crane. दो hinges लगा के बड़ी गंदी सी crane बनाई थी. But दो hinges लगा के एक मोटर इस तरफ, एक मोटर इस तरफ. And I used to press one button and the crane used to move here. So I started loading cargo into it here and then pressing this button and वो crane इधर जाती थी. तो फिर मैं उसमें से सामान उतारता था. फिर मैं उसको वापस ले. And this was after I left the ship.
Of the ship you during your school days and
yeah, just after, I think it was 8th standard.
So you had that mind fallacy of, you know,
हाँ,
like
मतलब because even while sailing with him, our cabin porthole was just overlooking the deck.
right.
And just outside the deck was the crane operating cabin. बड़ा वो old design general cargo ships थे. So I used to actually sneak out of the porthole and go there and operate the crane. The AB used to allow me, you know.
Yeah.
And I used to get so excited. I used to run to the bridge. I used to... Ajay Nath, Alok Nath's brother,
Okay.
was the second officer on board.
अरे वाह.
तो मैं VHF लेके हेलो 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 करके भागते थे हम लोग.
Fantabulous.
So that's where
It started.
my journey began. I came home. In school, teachers would ask who wants to be what. My hand will be up first, and I say, "Ma'am, I want to be a captain one day."
Wow.
तो मेरे पेरेंट्स भी बहुत खुश थे कि एक लड़का तो सिक्योर लग रहा है.
Cool, sir. Cool. So, how was your journey from that cadet, like from the institute to becoming the cadet and embarking the ship for the first time? Like, how was that feel कि अब मैं पहुंच गया हूँ अपने पैर पे, and वो gang पे चढ़ के sir, what was it? How was it?
You know, I will speak about that depressive moment which happens before you get a ship.
Please, sir.
You know, because I think it's happening today a lot. मैंने तो fortunately, unfortunately कोई pre-sea training नहीं करी.
Oh.
I was selected. Next day I was on a ship.
अच्छा.
And no training, nothing. My only training which worked was my brother's background and my parents' father's background.
Right.
And that's all the backup I had and the knowledge I had.
Okay.
So I remember I was waiting for a ship and no company से कहीं से call नहीं आ रहा था, you know. And कहीं ना कहीं कुछ सुनने को मिलता है. And then परसेंटेज तुम्हारी इतनी आई है, तू कैसे जहाज में जाएगा, कैप्टन बनना है. Really, माँ के आगे रोना, you know, रोना निकल जाता था बिकॉज करियर नहीं बन रहा. एंड मैं सी साइड पे जाके शिप्स देखता रहता था. एंड आई यूज्ड टू रियली फील, यू नो, कि मैं कब वहाँ जाऊँगा, यू नो.
राइट.
सो तो क्या हुआ, वेरी क्विकली माई ब्रदर ऑल्सो वॉज रियली हेल्पिंग मी. ही सेड चल कुछ नहीं हो रहा ना, एक काम करते हैं, शिरडी चलते हैं. तो हम लोग शिरडी का प्लान किया. उन दिनों वो AC बस होती थी, 8 घंटा जाना, 8 घंटा देर, 8 घंटा बैक. सो AC बस में हम लोग दादर पे खड़े थे, टिकट विकेट ले ली थी. बस आई तो बस ड्राइवर बोलता है ये तुम्हारी बस नहीं है. तो हमने टिकट दिखाई. यू नो हाउ दोस टाइम्स वर. आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट 1992.
Right, so not even born yet. Yes.
So we said no, this is our bus. ये दो टिकट, ये हमारी 1 and 2 सीट नंबर्स है, आगे की ये दोनों खाली पड़ी हैं. बोलता है सर ये आपकी बस नहीं है, आपकी बस पीछे आ रही है. तो एनीवे लॉन्ग स्टोरी शॉर्ट, आर्ग्यूमेंट 5 मिनट के बाद वो बस चली गई. हम खड़े रह गए आधे घंटे, कोई बस नहीं. फिर हमने पीछे जाके पब्लिक बूथ से उसको फ़ोन किया कि भाई तेरी बस ही नहीं आ रही. बोलता क्या बात कर रहे हो सर, ये बस नंबर आपको दिया हुआ है, आपकी तो बस आके चली गई. मैं बोला ऐसे कैसे हो सकता है, वो बस तो थी, उसने हमें चढ़ने ही नहीं दिया.
राइट.
बोलता है आई कैन नॉट बिलीव इट, इट्स नॉट पॉसिबल.
ऑफ कोर्स.
वो बोलता है इट्स नॉट पॉसिबल, वो तो मेरा ही आदमी है, मेरा ही कंडक्टर है. तो ही सेड मैक्सिमम आई कैन डू इज आई कैन गिव योर मनी बैक, इससे ज़्यादा कुछ नहीं होगा. उसने हमें बुलाया, हम पैसे दिए. हम लोग बड़े डिजेक्टेड कि शिरडी भी नहीं हो रहा. हम लोग घर पहुँचे एंड 11 बजे रात को, 8 बजे की बस थी, ये सब टाइम पास करके 11 बजे रात को घर में घुसे. लैंडलाइन का फ़ोन बजता है 11 बजे. मैं फ़ोन उठाता हूँ, बोलता है अमित भंडारी. बोला यस सर, यू आर सिलेक्टेड.
वाओ.
मेरे तो रोंगटे खड़े हो गए. मैं बोला सर लाइक यू नो 17.5 year old.
Yes.
लाइक सर yeah, I'm calling from Cisco Shipping, Chennai. You are selected. I was sir, but like night 11 o'clock. Yeah, we are closing all the final cadets, and that's why we are all sitting late. Take a train at the earliest to Chennai. Your joining is being planned.
Wow. I mean,
मैं बोला यार भगवान तो है, भगवान, अल्लाह, यूनिवर्सल लॉ, यूनिवर्सल इंटेलिजेंस सुनती है, तुम बस लगे रहो, सुनती है. So I joined my first ship and that's how my journey began.
Wow, sir. I mean, this is such a big, like such a powerful topic. So like, there are no coincidences, which
There
we
are
say.
no
There are no
coincidences.
coincidences. Everything is planned as per your intention, and of course,
absolutely.
some things are not in your hand.
Everything is a blessing. Yeah. Everything is a blessing. In fact, today, every time something happens which I don't like or which is not in the plan that I have made, I just surrender. मैं बोलता हूँ यार तू कुछ कर ही रहा है, मुझे मालूम है तू कुछ कर रहा है, पर क्या कर रहा है वो मेरे को बाद में ही पता चलेगा.
So the Bhagavad Gita's greatest teaching is about surrendering only. So I think you're a living example of how things have shaped.
I really think so.
As surrendering. Good, sir. We'll get back to this, sir, because I want to also talk to you about that part. But first, sir, let's see, how did you reach the ship? You went to Chennai. On the ship, how was your mindset? Like, what were you thinking about when you were there? Like, reality.
So for me, getting on the ship, thankfully I had no fear, no insecurities because of the backup. I think parents really need to back up their children. And they told me very clearly, जहाज पे बहुत चीज़ें होती हैं, तेरे को कहीं पे भी तकलीफ हो, हम बैठे हैं, और कुछ भी हो, तू जहाज छोड़ के गाली दे के उतर के आ सकता है. I mean, really that's the backup a family needs to give. तो मैं थोड़ा सा I was very motivated and empowered by my brother and my father. And but still, my first week, I would say, it was okay, trying to understand. माँ बाप की याद आती है, वो छोटी छोटी चीज़ें याद आनी शुरू हो जाती हैं. हम लोग नेवल एरिया में रहते थे, तो वहाँ का वो मुझे दुकान याद आती थी.
Right. Just small things, such detail.
Small things. वहाँ 5 रुपए का हेयर कट करवाते थे, तो वो मुझे नाई याद आना शुरू हो गया. I could never imagine that will happen. Right. But yeah, nothing special there, but safety standards were very poor. We worked in not safe atmospheres. And I would say life was at danger at many points. In fact, the very first 15 days we were at anchor. And we were preparing to connect the grabs. It was a bulk carrier. And in preparing, the grab was lying on deck. And मुझे क्या, हम हेलमेट भी नहीं पहनते थे, सेफ्टी शू शायद पहना था. उसने ग्रैब उठाया, just testing, connect हो रहा है, like a 15-day cadet, no pre-sea training, nothing.
Right.
And उसने grab उठाया, and we were at anchor at Kandla. And the grab started to swing.
Okay.
And मैं railing और grab के बीच में.
Oh.
And you imagine a 15 tons grab coming towards me and everybody shouting, Bhandari bhag! मैं बोला कहाँ भागू? And मैं सिर्फ रेलिंग पे जाके चिपक गया एकदम. And to my luck, वरना मेरे तो अंतड़ियाँ वहीं बाहर होती, that would have been my last day. We had timber stools where timber loading ship था वो. The grab hit one timber stool and the grab turned. And then the grab came and hit the railing on this side. The bulwark, we had bulwarks because it was again timber.
Yes.
It hit the railing on this side and then it hit the railing on this side. And मैं बस
like just watching this.
मरना था, तो उसी दिन ये स्टोरी खत्म हो जाती.
उस टाइम पे सर, what were you like? Were you even thinking something, or it was like a thoughtless kind of?
I think it was so fast. I just know I survived. And nobody could do anything. Everybody was just standing and shouting, Bhandari bhag. मुझे सुनाई दे रहा है, पर मुझे पता ही नहीं. I cannot even imagine the unsafe criteria that this grab can lift and just come this side.
Oh.
So that was learning lesson.
Right.
थोड़ा सा smart हुए वहाँ से.
Right, sir. So from that encounter till date, till where you are, like आपके दिमाग में ये चलता है like this kind of an event, like then safety comes in, of course. So this was like a pivot of thinking safely more, or
not a pivot as such, पर आज निकल के आ रहा है, मतलब we are talking 32 years ago.
Right.
आज निकल के आ रहा है, मतलब it's still definitely it's got etched into your subconscious. Subconscious stores everything which needs to bring out at the right time and for you to remember the lesson.
Right, sir. So, from that cadet ship, sir, how it was a cargo ship, normal ocean-going vessel. How did you transition into offshore, sir? Like, because a lot of people are curious that how a main fleet guy comes to offshore. So, how did you go about it?
Yeah. So my exposure that time was my dad. Because my father, after sailing on the main fleet ships, he moved to the offshore industry. Un dino Sindhu vessels were very famous, 1985 and all that. Sindhu vessels were really the ones working for ONGC. So my father used to go and do 1 month, 2 month contracts. I never knew what it was. But after few, what happened is the main fleet started to get to me.
Okay.
I think now I'm really,
Yes,
I'm
please.
actually realizing why
Yes.
I moved to offshore.
Yes, please, sir.
Thanks to you here. I mean, I don't think I've spoken this or realized this.
Right.
I'm a learner. मैं कभी कहीं पे टिका नहीं, क्योंकि मेरी लर्निंग वहाँ पूरी हो जाती ना, मैं निकल जाता हूँ. So I did bulk carriers as a captain. I got fed up.
Okay.
Fed up means I thought there's more to learn. I moved to containers. Did 2 ships. I got fed up. And I was like, नहीं यार. And main fleet में बहुत दूर family से रहना, बार बार वो सब चीज़ें हो रही थी. Daughter was a little grown up, so she was not able to, wife was not able to sail. So then I thought I want to do a offshore because my father used to go.
Right.
वहाँ से मेरे को एक इंट्रोडक्शन हो गया कि आई थिंक अगेन इफ यू वांट टू डू थिंग्स ना, यूनिवर्स स्टार्ट्स ओपनिंग डोर्स. तो एक फ्रेंड था टोनी करके, ही वाज एक्स रेडियो ऑफिसर. जब रेडियो ऑफिसर सारे निकल गए, उसने शिपिंग कंपनी शुरू करी. ही वाज अ ऑफशोर गाय.
Okay.
सो टोनी सेड व्हाई डोंट यू इन योर फ्री टाइम कम टू बॉम्बे पोर्ट. मेरे टग्स पे जो सर्वेज होते हैं तो वो सब करवाया कर. तो मुझे 2-2.5 हज़ार रुपये मिलते थे रोज के. एंड आई यूज्ड टू गो एंड जस्ट सिट इन बॉम्बे पोर्ट ऑन द टग. मेरे को साइन ऑन करा देते थे एंड सर्वे के लिए मैं FG मास्टर वहाँ बैठा होता था. वहाँ से देन आई अंडरस्टूड द टग्स, आई अंडरस्टूड OSVs, एंड देन आई डिड 1 स्मॉल स्टिंट.
Okay.
आई वेंट फॉर अ मंथ
Okay.
एज अ एडिशनल मास्टर. Duties were of chief officer
On a OSV.
on a OSV with Varun Shipping.
OSV is what, sir?
Offshore supply vessel.
Supply vessels.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I joined there as a additional master, but duty तो वही chief officer वाली थी. And on board there is master and chief officer on the deck side, and बाकी crew है. So we are coming from main fleet of Anglo-Eastern, इतने systems, standards, way of working.
Yes. Procedures.
Processes.
Yes.
मैं वहाँ पहुँचा, मेरे को तो कल्चर शॉक लग गया. ये क्या है? This is, the plates are full of cockroaches.
Oh, yeah.
Bloody cabin is so dirty. The pillows are dirty. The mattress is in shit shape. मैं बोला but I'm an action taker. मैं बोला भाई चीफ ऑफिसर में आए हैं, ये जहाज को उल्टा करके सीधा कर देंगे हम लोग. So and captain was very supportive. And we had a handler radio officer.
Okay.
So captain said, whatever. I said, sir, when is the drill? Nobody has any drills here. मेरे को तो डर लग गया है, जहाज में मैं कुछ हो गया तो क्या करेंगे?
Yes.
When we come from those standards, you know how it is.
Right.
I did the first drill of Varun Shipping, I think, on the offshore fleet. मैं बोला no, let's just do it,
Right.
तो वो किया. फिर कॉकरोच की स्प्रे रोज मारते हैं, इतने कॉकरोच मरते नहीं हैं. मैं बोला सारा क्रू सब बाहर निकालो, गद्दे से लेके प्रोविजन स्टोर से लेके सब बाहर निकालो, पूरी ड्रॉर्स खाली करो. आई वांट एवरीथिंग एम्प्टीड आउट. वी क्लीन्ड फॉर नेक्स्ट 2 days. एंड विद इन द क्लीनिंग 3 days में देयर वर नो कॉकरोचेस. एंड एवरीबडी वाज लाइक कुछ तो चेंज आ रहा है भाई.
Right.
So I also got encouraged, and then started getting people started helping. The radio officer who was there, he liked me. I'm not a troublemaker. I don't like to trouble anybody, but I don't like to get troubled.
Right.
Because self is most important.
Yes.
Also.
Yes.
So Mahesh उसका नाम था. He is my guru.
Okay.
उसने बोला अमित, मैंने आज तक किसी को हैंडलिंग नहीं सिखाई, पर मैं तुझे सिखाऊंगा. ये प्रिंसिपल है हैंडलिंग का. तो मैंने मैनुअल हैंडलिंग सीख ली 1 दिन में. I started to manual handle that vessel like a video game. I started enjoying it. My contract of 4 weeks, I was, set. I came back. I went for one more contract to Main Fleet. And then Varun Shipping said, we've heard good things about you. Please, we are buying more ships. Please come. And that's when I went to take over the first delivery of Sudaksha in Dwarka. Dwala.
Okay.
In Africa.
Okay.
So my complete offshore career began
From there.
and then I moved to the really big ships of offshore industry. Yeah.
Okay. So, did you miss the main fleet while you were on the offshore vessels?
No, not at all.
No. Why, sir? Why? Like any reason?
I think because there was so much to learn again.
Okay.
Handling, the wire handling. We were on an anchor handler, which was a 220-ton bollard pull.
Oh.
Can you imagine a 220 tons bollard pull? वो जहाज को तुम इंजन को ऐसे एक टॉगल दोगे ना, वो वहां से पूरी रिग को उखाड़ देगा बाहर. It was so powerful. So there was a feeling of power, feeling of doing a very satisfactory job.
Right.
Offshore gives you that.
Right.
You sit on that captain's chair with all the controls in your hand. You have your engines, you have your thrusters, you have the VHF, you have the searchlights, you have the other VHF with your crew, and you're a man on power.
Right.
Like on his seat. The king is sitting.
That is only in offshore you could feel like
I
that.
could feel only in offshore.
Main fleet you cannot give that, I'm sure.
Main fleet, did
more
not give me that. I won't say it was bad, but main fleet had its own advantages.
Right.
Any
Any particular instance from the offshore, when you were in the offshore, which you recollect was like a life-changing moment, or maybe something which was a big threat to something, something which changed you in offshore safety?
Yeah, definitely. A lot of things happened, and a lot of problems with some of the crew also.
Okay.
And but what comes to mind is we had a very serious situation. We came out of Kakinada. I was the chief officer there, additional master again. I think there was a takeover stint or something.
Okay.
And we had to just go to the rig, which is not even 2 miles out of the port. We left from Kakinada with steel coils. Cables.
Steel cables.
Yeah, underwater cables.
Cabling operations?
We will give it to the rigs.
Okay.
And then the rigs will probably give it to a cable laying ship.
Okay.
So we were carrying those rolls for them. तो एक pressure आया, चलो. So we took very mild lashing and we just moved out. It's just 2 miles out. As soon as the vessel came out of the breakwater, she started to give those mild rolls. And offshore ships are small. बोला ठीक है कोई बात नहीं. कैप्टन भी बोला वहीं जाना है, ये दिख ही रहा है rig. We turned to head to the rig and the vessel started rolling so heavily because there was a very big swell of the previous TRS which had gone. Within minutes, those cable rolls started moving. Because the lashings we had taken, they had like a 1 foot gap. We couldn't imagine. So lashing jati thi bahar. And the chain would give you that ठंग करके आवाज आती थी.
Right.
And फिर वो आके फिर क्रैश रेल को मारती थी. फिर and the rolling started going out of hand. And we had 6 such coils. They were like, I think 1.5 meter ये ceiling जितना होगा. All the coils broke loose. Oh my God. I'm just remembering those times again. मेरी तो
goosebumps आ गए sir.
Goosebumps आ गए. मेरे को तो अब फिर goosebumps आ रहे हैं. And the लोगों के हाथ मैं पकड़ने जा रहा हूँ because we are trying to put another chain around it while it just comes back inside.
Just
put another
it.
chain and try to lock it. किसी का हाथ आ गया, कुछ हो गया तो my God, हाथ चला जाएगा आदमी का. And we could not control it. The entire coil started moving on one side, breaking the entire decks. सारे लोग, the vessel took a very big list.
Okay.
सारे लोग लाइफ जैकेट पहन के ब्रिज पे. हम लोग आधा माइल भी नहीं है काकीनाडा के बाहर एंड सब ब्रिज पे रो रहे हैं क्योंकि cannot imagine the ocean, how fast things can go wrong.
Right, sir.
And captain was dumbfounded. I'm like, Captain.
What to do?
Captain cannot imagine क्या हो रहा है, क्या करूं. वहां मैंने भी रियलाइज किया कि आज तो बंदूक इसके कंधे पे है तो मेरी बोलती निकल रही है. And somewhere I took little charge. I'm not saying I was a hero, but because I was not the captain, मैं बच गया. And I realized never try these stunts ever again at sea. हम लोग सिर्फ बचे किस्मत से क्योंकि सारे रोल्स टूट गए. All the cables opened up. Uncoiled. They just snapped and they just unwinded and the एंटायर जैसे हैंडीकैप्ड वो कॉइल के सारे एजेस टूट गए कॉइल्स के, वो सब ऐसे लुढ़क के पड़े. बट शिप हैड अ हील ऑलमोस्ट लाइक दिस, maybe 30 degrees of a heel or a list that it attained, and we turned like that and we got back into port. It was a disaster. That was a learning. I said, boss, as a captain, never again. I will not do this.
So is it why offshore is considered to be, I think, one of the, not even one, the most riskiest business in the shipping operations? Like some of the operations are like too critical, right? Like diving, if I'm not wrong.
Yes. I have seen shit happen even in diving operations where my life was not at stake, but I was the senior DPO and night master. And the diver was down. अभी हम लोग बात कर रहे हैं, अटेंशन स्पैन इधर उधर चला जाता है. डाइविंग ऑपरेशन चल रहा है, यू आर ऑन द ब्रिज, द डाइवर्स, वी कैन सी हिज कैमरा ऑन द ब्रिज, वी कैन सी अ ROV behind him with the camera. Very interesting, very satisfying work. एंड वो सी बेड पे चल रहा है डाइवर ऐसे करके, और उसकी अम्बिलिकल अटैच्ड है शिप के साथ. तो वी हैव विद DP व्हाट वी डू इज we match the speed of the diver with the ship.
Wow, precision,
yeah. Then the DP does it. तो वो जैसे धीरे धीरे चल रहा है तो शिप उसी की स्पीड से चल रहा है, because the umbilical cannot get tight and cannot get too close also. So he is walking and that is happening. And then हम लोग भी बात कर रहे हैं इधर उधर, ब्रिज पे तो पार्टी की तरह होता है. मतलब there are so many people on a diving ship. It's a 100 people ship.
Okay.
Yeah. तो क्लाइंट रेप है, ये है, कैप्टन है, सीनियर DPO है, जूनियर DPO है, स्टीवर्ड आ रहा है, ये हो रहा है, वो हो रहा है. हम लोग सब चल रहे हैं, बातें कर रहे हैं, ओके. एंड सडनली वी रियलाइज द शिप इज नॉट मूविंग एज पर द स्पीड एंड द डाइवर्स अम्बिलिकल इज ऑलमोस्ट गेटिंग पुल्ड. एंड आई वॉज द नाइट मास्टर सीनियर DPO. मेरी तो उस दिन गर्दन चली जाती, मेरी उसकी गर्दन जाती पर मैं सूली पे चढ़ जाता. एंड अगेन आई थिंक दैट्स व्हाई यू आर हाईली पेड, बिकॉज व्हेन इट्स टाइम टू रियली फोकस इन द ऑफशोर इंडस्ट्री यू हैव टू बी इन योर जॉब. मेन फ्लीट में थोड़ा ब्रेक मिल जाता है, आप चले जाते हो लॉन्ग वॉयजेस में, ऑफिसर्स आर लुकिंग आफ्टर, यू हैव अ रूटीन. ऑफशोर में नहीं है. यू आर रीचिंग द रिग, डिस्चार्जिंग चल रही है, यू आर वर्किंग 5 meters फ्रॉम द लेग ऑफ द रिग. Any small attention span here and there, you will go into the rig.
So,
that's how the BHN accident happened, by the way, in very stormy weather.
Oh, okay.
2005.
Okay.
The entire platform burned down.
This is
300 लोग थे on board.
In the US?
No, India.
In India में?
In India, yeah. Mumbai offshore में हुआ था.
अच्छा.
ONGC की BHN rig. It's a very famous...
Okay.
It was one of the stormy, this July-August time only.
Achha. This
big
monsoon.
Storm and monsoon thing happened. And the ship has just gone and hit the pipeline, a gas pipeline of the rig. Big explosion.
No. So I was just thinking, I just know of few operations. Are there any more operations which you have done, or some different, what are the different kind of vessels in the offshore? Like if you can just throw some light over there. You talked about OSV.
Offshore has a wide range of ships. And, just like gas and tankers and bulk carriers and containers, you have to specialize
Okay.
in what you like to specialize. Today, especially, my time, I left in 2009.
Okay.
So 2004, when I joined, offshore was very haphazard. And but the ships which are there are anchor handling ships. We call them AHTS. They may be DP, they may not be DP. But today's date, all are DP because the laws have changed. It's called dynamic positioning.
Right.
There are three types of DP ships: DP1, DP2, DP3. Again, the way offshore industry has evolved, DP1 used to be something some people will accept for some milder jobs.
Okay.
But today, the norm has become that no point keeping a DP1. So everything is almost DP2 or DP3.
Okay.
So DP3 is where life is concerned, like a diving ship, where a diver is down and his life is at risk. So you're a DP3. So you can be a anchor handling AHTS. You can be a ordinary OSV, which will be a non-DP. That's why we call it OSV. Those are the old nomenclatures.
Right.
Then there's a PSV, platform support vessel, which duty is only to pick up cargo and deliver to the rigs
Okay.
for the drilling purpose. And it will have mud, which is part of the drilling, where the mud goes through that. And so we carry mud in our tanks.
Okay.
We carry drill water. It is the water which is circulating for cooling.
Right.
So it is not a drinking water, it's a specific water.
Okay.
So that kind of water. So you're into purely cargo supply and some joiners from the rigs up and down. Then there is AHTS, PSVs, diving ships. Then there are survey vessels, which specifically go for surveys, for underwater surveys. So they will go, they will collect soil samples. Then there are DP drill ships, because drilling used to always happen in shallow waters. 100 meters, 150 meters max. Bombay High is like 150 meter types. As the oil requirement has grown, we have realized there is less oil now. So the drilling has moved to more deeper waters.
Yeah, I mean,
So it's gone to 200, 250 meters, and now we are talking 4 kilometers of drilling.
how does all of this happen? Like 4 kilometers of something inside on a stationary thing.
Yes, and that's how, because the 100-meter ships, we used to keep throw anchors there.
Okay.
Long anchors. That's what the anchor handling ships do.
Okay.
They handle the anchors of these rigs.
Right.
But now the rigs have started moving to very deep waters. So you get semi-subs, semi-submersible rigs, which float.
Right.
They are not sitting on with legs. They are floating in the water. So unke anchors jo hote hain, wo pani mein deep jate hain. So there is a limitation. How much of anchor cable is going to go? Maybe 500 meters, 800 meters, 1,000, 1.5 kilometers. But beyond that, no. So semi-subs have now become DP.
Oh, they themselves have
So
that
they themselves are having thrusters and they're holding their own position.
continuously for...
Continuously. It's a very ironic thing where a DP drill ship, now I'm talking about DP drill ship, not a semi-sub. That's another type of ship in the offshore industry. DP drill ship is holding its position in the middle of the ocean at a 4 kilometer drilling depth maybe. I may be wrong. I'm not very sure on that.
Right.
But it's burning about 50 tons of fuel every day. And MGO, we are talking about marine gas oil.
It's very expensive.
Not heavy oil. Is burning 50 tons of fuel every day to find more fuel.
That's the irony.
That's the irony. But what to do? So, but if oil prices keep shooting up, which we don't know now what is going to happen,
Right.
then the drilling will shift more and more deeper because it's getting more expensive to drill.
So what is the current situation of the offshore? Because you're in this industry, like I have heard, like there was a crash in 2008 or before that, I'm not sure, but there have been crashes.
Yeah.
So according to that, you get placements in offshore.
Yeah.
What is the current scenario which you're seeing a trend?
Yeah.
Is it going up or is it going down?
At the moment, offshore trend is going up because personal opinion is next 5 years, offshore will boom. 5 साल बाद किसने देखा है?
बिल्कुल.
कितना कुछ हो जाता है. So many experts give so many opinions. End of the day, I feel nobody knows anything.
That is true, sir. We don't know what is going to happen
अभी
now.
कल एक
next.
वॉर हो जाएगा तो ये सारी स्टेटमेंट ही मेरी गलत हो जाएंगी. So, but 5 years from now, looks like offshore is on a big boom because of many reasons. India is encouraging, inland waterways are growing, dredging is growing. Again, I am not calling it offshore, but these are the non-main fleet ships where business is growing. Oil and gas exploration is growing. The world is announcing more and more places where they want to do exploration.
Right, sir.
So, just with the announcements, things grow. Shipyards get more and more contracts to build more ships. But पहले भी यही हुआ.
Okay.
सब लोगों बैंड वैगन में भाग के give orders, get more ships. And पता चलता है, it's just like electric vehicles. Suddenly the demand is falling. So same thing will happen because it's cyclic. Now whoever rides the crest. Yeah. And whoever's at the trough, जो मार्केट में जिस पॉइंट पे चढ़ा उसको वही मिलेगा.
So I think that was one of the best ways to explain this. I mean, really, really nice. I want to segment for viewers something. Now I am a second mate, and most of the viewers are perhaps cadets or aspirants. We'll divide this into 2 segments, sir. Me as a main fleet second officer, is there a scope of me to join offshore? And if yes, how, sir? Like, as per your experience in this, what is the way, sir?
I think the best way to join offshore, or if somebody is intending, is don't join at these junior ranks. Okay. One is because in Indian MMD rules, you don't get full sea time in offshore.
Right.
And even if you do, you will become an NCV cadet, NCV officer. Near coastal vessel.
Near coastal vessel.
Because most of the offshore is working on coast.
Right.
So you will not get your FG license. So you will end up putting one halt to your own growth because you'll never be a FG master. And I think personally, maybe I'm old school. You need to become the best of that particular line and only then look at changes.
Wonderful, sir. Yeah.
So my brother, being also a captain, he guided me. Exams. Sea time finish, exams. Sea time finish, exams. No, इधर उधर जो आजकल लोग करते हैं अपना deviate हो जाते हैं इधर उधर चले गए रातों को घूमने गाड़ियां खरीद ली.
Yes.
Wrong time to do all that.
Right, sir.
So that's the time. Grow, get your license, and because you're already with the main fleet, highest chance that you will become a captain on a main fleet ship first. So पहले captain बनो, पहले chief engineer बनो, अपना command लो, and command लेके जो thinking change होती है. When I was 19, I thought I knew more than the captain then.
We all feel that, I think.
And today I realize and I say sorry to that captain in my thoughts and I say, मुझे लगा मैं बहुत बड़ा तीसमार खा हूँ, और आज captain बन के मुझे लगा कि it's not so easy. जो thinking change होती है. So grow, become a captain, take that responsibility on your shoulders of that ship. It's a kingdom.
It's a kingdom.
It's a kingdom and you're the king of the kingdom. No matter what anybody says, email ये हो गया वो हो गया, you're still the king of the kingdom. Shore job में वो नहीं मिलेगा तुम्हें.
Wonderfully put.
And once you're used to that, once you're ready to make decisions, then you look at your alternates.
Right.
कि ठीक है अब मुझे इतना सेल नहीं करना, मुझे इतने लंबा टाइम फैमिली से दूर नहीं रहना, or maybe I want more money. Money is never enough, right?
Right, sir.
So then you can move to offshore because now exams is out of the way.
I think that's a beautiful advice. A lot of things to take for me from that. Nice, sir. For the second segment, sir, which was the young boys who just graduated from their institutes and maybe they're looking for jobs they're not getting. They want to go into DP because this is a lot of query which was thrown at you from a poll I did yesterday. Yeah. So like 100 people have mostly asked, as a cadet, how can I go into DP, sir? Is there any scope? Would you say that please don't come here or please look for an alternative?
No, I have been manning DP ships. I've been heading operations for DP at one point. We get cadets.
Okay.
And I would say your first choice should not be to come here.
Right.
But it's not like a secondary choice. But if that is what you have pursued and you've joined an offshore company and you're coming here as a cadet, kar lo.
Okay.
But then I would suggest, if I'm talking for me,
Right.
I would, if I was to finish my sea time as a cadet on an offshore vessel, I would have gone to UK. Because UK doesn't differentiate between the sea times.
Yeah.
But personally, I would never want to go to UK because I want to do my exams here. घर में बैठो आराम से, 4 रुपए में एग्जाम हो जाते हैं. UK जाके 25-30 लाख रुपए दोगे. I don't know whatever the rate is today. I enjoyed, I partied, I gave exams. किसी में एक फेल हो गए तो वापस दे दो, घर में ही तो बैठे हो.
Correct.
But UK में there is a clock ticking, you're budgeting and all that.
Absolutely.
But offshore में you can then go give your exams in UK and take your full FG license of second mate and move to main fleet. I would do that.
Okay. So
And then grow in main fleet, get your full certificate of a FG master. And then your experience as a second mate or a cadet in offshore the people will pull you back. क्योंकि तुम्हें भी पता है ये कैसे चलती है इंडस्ट्री. एंड तुम्हें अभी यहाँ की भी पता है और तुम्हारे एग्जाम्स भी हो गए, तुम सीनियर मोस्ट सर्टिफिकेट लेके घूम रहे हो. It's a very smooth transition back.
Beautiful.
I would suggest that.
Beautiful, sir. Any particular direction they can look to if they want to go to offshore? Like, should they come to Mumbai and hunt for jobs, or is there some online application?
No.
How does
Today,
it work, sir?
Sorry.
Yeah. How does it work, sir? Like to get recruited in an offshore company?
Everything is computerized. People DM me, sir मेरे का रेफरेंस दे दो, सर मैं घर में बैठा हूँ, सर मेरी माँ को ये हो गया, मैं पैसे नहीं है, प्लीज़ मेरी हेल्प करो. First of all, to all the viewers, don't give your sad stories. Nobody is interested.
Right.
Okay?
Absolutely.
And if you have a sad story, nobody will help you. That means you don't want to help yourself. Last person even God helps is those who don't want to help themselves. तो हम तो इंसान हैं. हम वो स्टोरी सुन के हमें मालूम है ये बंदा जब अपने इस रोने धोने से बाहर निकलेगा तब इसकी जिंदगी शुरू होएगी. So everything is online. There can be no references. There can be no वो टाइम चला गया कि ये मेरा बंदा है इसको जरा ले लो. And those references days are gone. Okay, everything is computerized. You fill an application, you come in that system, and then you have those exams or entries that you will do. Don't go through agents. Agents know nothing. Agents will take your money. They will disappear next day.
Right.
बच्चा थोड़ा desperation में आके माँ बाप की ज्वेलरी बेच के, I know so many यार. I've been recruiting for people and they come and cry. मेरे पापा ने ज़मीन बेच के ये कर दिया वो कर दिया. तो क्यों किया भाई? एक अनजान आदमी को क्यों अपने पैसे दे दिए, कैश दे दिया, बैंक ट्रांसफर कर दिया. बैंक ट्रांसफर में भी आज के दिन में क्या होता है?
You will not get the money.
कुछ नहीं होता है. Nobody can get your money out. So follow the system. Right. Companies are releasing their requirements online. There are so many channels. Probably Maritime Universe does that. Very nicely. Hassan is a very nice boy.
Yes.
He's in touch with me. वो भी बेचारा जहाज ढूंढ रहा था. उसको finally जहाज नहीं मिला तो he's doing Maritime Universe, which is a very nice thing, and I encourage him. I say, if life is not taking you towards the ocean, don't fight the tide.
Go with
First principle to learn about life is see where is life taking you.
Beautiful, sir.
Because it's like a tug of war. आप खींचो, पर नहीं आ रहा है तो थोड़ा छोड़ो.
Beautiful.
Go with the flow. कहाँ जा रही है लाइन देखो. फिर उसके साथ अगर आपको अभी भी मर्चेंट नेवी चाहिए तो बी अटैच टू द इंडस्ट्री. कोई आपको बोलता है आ जाओ ऑफिस में काम कर मेरे साथ, जाओ काम करो उसके साथ, वहां जाके पेपर वर्क करो. 2 महीने बाद वो आदमी बोलेगा तुझे जहाज जाना था ना, चल मैं करता हूँ. That's how things open up.
Such a beautiful tip, sir. I think I've learned from all the captains, including you, sir, to just go for it. नहीं हो रहा है तो you will get an alternative push for that. Within the merchant navy industry only.
Yes, if you're so attached and you feel.
So if you just want to, like you said.
And sometimes I would relate it to वो लड़की को देखते ही प्यार हो जाता है, क्या बोलते हैं उसको?
प्यार हो जाए, infatuation.
Infatuation.
Yes.
So if we don't know whether you have an infatuation for merchant navy, जो शायद 4 दिन में उतर जाएगा.
बिल्कुल sir. I think
तो वो थोड़ा टेस्ट करके देखना पड़ेगा whether you like this girl and you're going to go long term.
Best example, sir. It's good. It's good. Why I'm saying it's good, sir? It's relatable with social media, sir. You know, because it's a catch-22 kind of a situation of social media that you see the best parts. Getting to see perhaps good cars, bikes. That's the infatuation, if I'm not wrong. And
it's a very sad approach to
joining this.
Because what happens is somebody suddenly sets his dream to being an Ambani. वो तुम बनोगे नहीं. It's a fact. तुम नहीं बनोगे. पर तुमने गोल इतना हाई सेट कर लिया है कि तुम 2 स्टेप लोगे, 2 स्टेप के बाद ही you will feel so dejected. मुझे तो वहाँ बनना है पर मैं तो कहीं नहीं हूँ. तो seeing those fancy cars, I never show my cars.
Right, sir. Right. We'll get to that, sir. But
So it's because I don't want people to be misleaded by these things and start placing their dream on an external object.
Beautiful, sir.
वो तुम्हें कहीं नहीं लेके जाएगा.
I think that's why whatever work you have done also in social media has been really deep. I call it deep because there's a lot of depth in what you say. I guess people are not ready with that depth because the perception in the mind is still a superficial on the objective. Like thoda technical बोल रहा हूँ मैं. It's on the objects of the external factors. But you go into the deep subjective inquiry, which is what hooked me also. That sir is going in the total depths में चले गए हैं ये मतलब इसको समझने के लिए 1 घंटा पहले बैठना पड़ेगा इस रील को. I think that is required and you're doing a great job, sir, in that.
Thank you.
Talking about that, sir, just an inquiry again from the viewers. Why is, let's say, what is the comparison between the money factor in the offshore industry versus the main fleet, and why is this money being given in such a surplus amount, sir?
I think money is very cyclic. Today's date, I'm not sure of the figures with the main fleet, but I think an LNG master can get anything around $15,000 to even $20,000 a month. Offshore, you may get the same if you're a very experienced master.
Okay.
And I think very important to be consistent. Again, with your field. अगर आप पैसे के लिए ऑफशोर में आ रहे हो तो again it's a wrong approach.
Thank you for breaking that myth first.
Yeah, because anything you do in life you have to do only because first you love to do it. अगर पैसे चाहिए होते और तो मैं 2,000 रुपए के लिए ऑफशोर इंडस्ट्री में नहीं शिफ्ट होता. That time when I did my first ship per day. But coming back to the topic, an offshore master who has gained good experience and in the matrix he's falling very high, he can make almost $1,000 a day.
A day.
Which is also okay. He can even go 1,200.
Oh.
Yeah. But ये वो शाहरुख खान है.
सब नहीं बन सकते.
सब बनने के लिए आपको वो 10 साल डालने पड़ेंगे उसमें. आप बन जाओगे पर आपको 10 साल डालने पड़ेंगे. ऐसे आके आई एम रिमेम्बरिंग माई ब्रदर, ही इज द मिडिल वन, ही इज नॉट द वन सेलिंग.
ओके.
मिडिल वन सेड मैं, क्योंकि वी आर ऑल अ मरीन फैमिली, सो ही सेड यार मैं मर्चेंट नेवी में आना चाहता हूँ. अच्छा ठीक है आ जा. बोलता नहीं पर मैं आऊँगा तो कैप्टन बन के ही आऊँगा. So that is what people are thinking, that they want the salary of a captain, but they want to put effort of a cadet. Time देना पड़ेगा ना.
Right. Wonderful, sir.
So salary can be same, I would say, as a conclusion for this question.
Yes.
Your salary can be as good as it gets where you are. Yeah.
Beautiful. It's a big myth which is you just it's come directly from someone who has been there for a long while, sir. Perfect, sir. So, sir, in the offshore, did you in the main fleet, when you were sailing as a master, did you have any certain situations like you went into a storm or maybe perhaps in your junior officer ranks? Because that's something which, why I'm asking you this, everybody relates the sea with only storms. So if you've experienced it, then it's a better way to get it out there that the reality of a storm is different than what we see or something like that. So have you been in such a situation where you are in the storm itself?
I've been in storms more than 4-5 times, serious storms, Bay of Biscay, and certain times when you're not scared of anything of the ship sinking or something, because you know the principles are there. But I'm only scared nothing should go wrong with the securing of the vessel. कुछ भी आगे पीछे हो गया, किसी भी टैंक का कोई वेंट टूट गया, because all the whole seas are on the deck and containers are all getting shaken up no matter how much lashing.
Right.
एक गलत movement हो गई, all the containers will be in the water, and if one side goes, the ship is going to get a next big heel from this side.
Yeah.
Then I know I'm going to be, testing my my luck and my destiny.
Yes.
But so with such storms on the ship, yes, I remember everything was fallen in the cabin. The sofa was just moving port to starboard, but all that you will see many reels which come today.
Right.
Other than storms, I have a very serious incident which happened in my life. And if I'm sitting here today is only because of faith of God. We transited the Panama Canal. And, Panama Canal is so tiring. And we were doing it like, I've done it more than 15 times in my life. And we just finished the transit. It was evening, 7 o'clock, 7:30. And I'm, second mate is outside, pilot is there. And you just exited the Panama Canal and you are in that last 45-minute stretch, which is narrow.
Yep.
I don't remember the exact details.
Right.
And I told the second mate, मैं departure message थोड़ा कर लेता हूँ फटाफट. Because शाम हो रही है, थक भी गए हैं, might as well finish it off and then relax. We are going to go to sea, so relax and दारू वारू पियेंगे.
Right.
उन दिनों तो really, I think alcohol was quite available. So I went into the chat room and I was just on the computer typing my departure message, and second mate shouted, "Captain! Come out, Captain! Come out!" मेरी तो फट गई.
अरे
मैं भागा सीधा चाट रूम से बाहर. मैं बाहर देख रहा हूँ, मुझे कुछ दिख ही नहीं रहा है. Because it's already now 7:30 and it's become dark. And I said, What happened? And I'm like blinded. I don't know where to look. What happened? Captain, right ahead. And we were a container ship at full speed, 21. Must be full ahead speed, maneuvering speed, 18 knots.
Right.
And I still can't see anything. And मेरे को 5-7 सेकंड बाद कुछ दिखना शुरू हुआ. मैंने बोला, पायलट. पायलट मुझे देख के बोलता है, कैप्टन आई एम सॉरी. मैं बोला, भाई हुआ क्या, किधर है, क्या है, मुझे कुछ दिखाई नहीं दे रहा है. एंड यू आर फीलिंग सो हैंडीकैप्ड,
राइट,
बिकॉज देयर इज अ रिग्रेट. आई शुड हैव नॉट गॉन इन द ब्लडी चार्ट रूम. एंड आई एम जस्ट स्टैंडिंग देयर एंड आई सी हेड ऑन अनदर शिप, full speed, and we are in that narrow passage. When you exit Panama Canal, the sea room is, I think, not even 2 ship lengths of sea room.
Where to
and we have both got confused.
Where to
I don't know what happened. Pilot was like, and I'm just going back and remembering that.
Yes.
That ship moved slightly to her starboard. And I was like, hard starboard! And hard starboard जा रहा है. And that's the time you cannot hear anything except that gyro clicking. Click, 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 click. And in that small sea room, it was a big ship. 200-meter container ship. She's starting to turn. There's no sea room this side. And this ship is now right here. She's at full speed. I am at full speed. I
speed.
cannot reduce my speed because my maneuverability will go down.
Yes.
And we were just crossing like this. All your principles of navigation come there and destiny. Bhagwan bajaye. Because bow suction hone wala hai.
Yes, yes.
Because both the bows are now coming like that. And we are just,
Pressure.
I am going hard starboard. And as soon as she's picked up that speed, I'm looking at that and I say, hard port. So the vessel is like this going out. Now our sterns are going to hit.
Oof.
And that bow, I run to the bridge on the starboard side to see on the overside.
Yes.
And I see the isolated danger mark जो पढ़ाई में
Yes, yes,
सिर्फ
yes.
पेपर में देखा है and पढ़ाई करी है वो फ्लैश कर रहा है. I forgot what it flashes.
Yes, yes.
So it's like right under my bridge wing. Oh my God. I said hard port and देख रहा हूँ भाई ऐसे टाइम में इसने कहीं मेरा कमांड ही गलत दे दिया.
Right.
तो आज तो I'm looking, he's going hard port on the wheel and then you can hear the gyro. The fast running is now stopping. Click, 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 click. Now she's starting to turn other side. And my stern, which has gone here, is coming in and the stern starts moving out and we go like that. And we just missed each other at 18 knots cross speed.
Oof.
I think we missed 2 meter. Can you imagine 2 ships? हमारा एक भी part touch कर जाता ना, the momentum, mass into velocity would have ruined all of us. I would have died. My crew would have died.
Yeah.
I would have otherwise been in jail in Panama. And she just started turning in. And now the stern is going out. It's going to go outside the sea room. And then again hard port. Then again even out. And ऐसे करके पता ही नहीं फिर कुछ पता ही नहीं क्या हुआ फिर बस देखा कि लगता है सब लोग जिंदा हैं सब बच गए and the ship just cleared and pilot को मैं हम दोनों आँख ही नहीं मिला पा रहे हैं because वो stunned है and I'm just glad I acted. I don't know how I acted. Today I'm here. And then we set out to sea. I went to my cabin, just put my head down, forget the bloody departure message. आँख खोली सुबह के 7 बज रहे थे. I was so mentally drained. So this is...
You just took us on the ship in that situation.
I mean, I always go back into it when I even talk about it. These are things which change you.
I think
from that day, I would say, never enter the chart room, boss. When you are in navigation, don't enter the chart room.
Maybe that's why you said earlier that once you become the master, that's why you bowed down to that master when you were as a cadet.
Yeah.
That what he has on his shoulders.
Yeah.
Oh, very extremely powerful, sir. And isse I want to correlate with you only, sir. How did your mind shape at sea? Like such instances, such intense situations, like the faith in something higher. Did it come because of these instances and being out at sea, or was there something particular which happened with you, which then you transitioned into something which is beyond your control?
Yeah, actually, life has its ups and downs. I also had mine. Till then, I thought life is only about running ships and, I'm a king, I know my job. Then I realized knowing your job is not enough. There is a lot more to life. And first learning which happened to me was in 2008, I was going through some family problems. And it was the New Year period and there was a big demand on the ship. I was home, but things were not too well. And I got a very good offer, sir. New Year time है, कोई नहीं मिल रहा है, please. मैं बोला, but I am a captain. He said you have to go as an additional master. I said, but I am a captain. Offshore में ये होता है. You can go as a chief officer sometimes, because you go on a diving ship, they will take you as a night master or senior DPO, chief officer. So I said, so he said, sir, we are in a desperate situation. There's a Gora guy who needs to go home. We really need you to relieve the chief mate. ठीक है, तो बोलता सर नेम योर प्राइस. तो कर आके $850 a day we agreed. And but mentally I was not very happy. I reached the ship and मेरे को सांस नहीं आ रहा है.
Okay.
मैं कैबिन में जाता हूँ, मुझे सांस ही नहीं आ रहा.
Like literally,
I joined in Chennai.
Literally, you're not.
Literally, I cannot breathe. I just come out in the open. I just look into the sea. I cannot breathe.
Oof.
And मैं जाके मेडिकल ऑफिसर को बोल रहा हूँ, सेकंड मेट को. अब एक कैप्टन होके एक ईगो बोलो या एक सीनियरिटी एक वो आ जाती है कि बोलेगा क्या बेवकूफ़ है यार ये. मुझे तो सांस ही नहीं आ रहा है यार. Then I realized, my God, my breath is so important, man. मैं जाके गोरा कैप्टन था, ऑस्ट्रेलियन गाय, a little not a very nice person, I would say. I said, Captain, I can't breathe. He says, Chief mate, we got a job to do, man. Mate, okay? वो प्रेशर, मैं कंट्रोल पे बैठूं, मेरे से सांस ही नहीं आ रहा मुझे. मैं बोला, I can't handle. उनको लगा भाई साहब को काम नहीं आता. सारे गोरे थे या 2-4 इंडियंस थे. एंड आई एम अ वेरी कॉन्फिडेंट गाय एंड आई एम लाइक मुझे क्या हो गया यार. तो आई सेड आई नीड टू सी अ डॉक्टर. इट्स नॉट पॉसिबल. आई सेड आई विल फकिंग सॉरी आई सेड आई विल ब्लडी डाई हियर. ही वाज फोर्स्ड. इट वाज 29th December. I stepped ashore to go see the doctor. डॉक्टर चेन्नई का डॉक्टर था. सुबह सुबह बोट आई बिकॉज वेसल वॉज आउट एट द साइट. बोट आई, मेरे को लेके गई. तो मैं 8 बजे क्लिनिक में. आई एम रेसिंग अप एंड डाउन बिकॉज डॉक्टर इज नॉट कम. आई कांट ब्रीथ. डॉक्टर आया. आई एम कॉलिंग हिम बिकॉज एजेंट गेव मी द नंबर. आई सेड डॉक्टर वेयर आर यू? आई एम कमिंग प्लीज वेट प्लीज वेट. चेन्नई का आदमी था. आया. मैं बोला आई कांट ब्रीथ. उसने बीपी चेक किया, ये चेक किया, वो चेक किया. बोलता है कैप्टन यू आर वन ऑफ द बेस्ट इन शेप पर्सन आई एम सीइंग. सो नथिंग इज रॉन्ग विद यू. मैं बोला बट आई कांट ब्रीथ. बोलता है तो बहुत बैठ के 2-4 मिनट की काउंसलिंग हुई. दे डोंट नो काउंसलिंग. दे जस्ट नो कैप्टन यू आर ऑल राइट, एवरीथिंग इज ओके, medically nothing wrong with you. Just try to avoid, distract. भाई डिस्ट्रैक्ट करना क्या, मैं 15 दिन से तो मैं सफ़र कर रहा हूँ मैं. So he said, are you going through some problems? He said, yeah. He said, you need some help. हाँ यार, आज एक फिट आदमी, टेक्निकली साउंड, हेल्थ में साउंड, आई एम नॉट एबल टू परफॉर्म. दैट वाज माय स्टार्ट. आई आस्क्ड फॉर रिलीफ बिकॉज आई न्यू आई कांट गो बैक ऑन दैट आयरन बकेट. मैं मर जाऊंगा उधर. एंड द कंपनी वाज सो अनॉयड. दे थॉट मैं बुलशिट मार रहा हूँ.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, because he's like, and the manning person, I was directly talking to him.
Yeah.
Saying, don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. I say, I don't know how to explain. Bolta, you want to go back home for New Year's. And you've just made enough money in last 10 days. You are putting me in deep trouble because it's New Year. After 2 nights, I'll not find anybody. मुझे माफ़ कर भाई, मैं नहीं सेल कर सकता. $850 छोड़ के उसमें फिर 3 दिन चेन्नई के 5-star होटल में रखा मुझे. देन आई फ्लू बैक बिकॉज नो फ्लाइट्स वर अवेलेबल. That's where my journey began. I realized there is a lot more to life than this. After that, I stopped sailing.
Oh.
That was my last ship. Yeah. That's where the turn in my life began. And I moved into a shore job from $850 to 60,000 rupees a month.
Oh, wow.
$850 मतलब उन दिनों का 15 लाख हो गया.
Yes.
Straight 60,000 महीने पे आ गया. But I was suffering. I don't think I've ever talked about this into that extent. But I was suffering. And I just couldn't take it. And that's where I then, when the student is ready, the teacher appears.
Right. Like a guru shishya parampara.
I got somebody coming into my life who started talking about hypnosis, hypnotherapy, mental health. I'm like, ये क्या होता है यार? वहाँ से I professionally started certifying myself as a hypnotherapist. Along with my work.
Right, sir.
Of course. I sorted myself out, first thing.
First.
It has to work on you for you to see the difference. I sorted myself out, then I completely जैसे डूब जाते ना इस काम में. मैं human behavior, human mental health में मैं डूब गया. I certified as a professional hypnotherapist. I started taking clients. I started taking mass hypnosis sessions.
So what is this, sir? Hypnotherapy? If you can just
Oh my God, it's
elaborate.
like, we have two minds. One is the conscious mind and one is the subconscious mind.
Right.
Conscious mind is only 10%. And subconscious mind is 90% of you. Your breathing, your heart beating.
Yes.
Everything is being run, your digestion is being run by your subconscious mind. Because you can't decide, अच्छा चलो खाना digest करो. No,
Yes.
वो सब automated mode में चल रहा है.
Correct.
God has made this body so beautiful and perfect. But you don't know how to run it. So you screw it up. Even after getting screwed, the body still performs very well for people who die at 60 also. Because वो इतना abuse लिया है body ने, फिर भी body performed.
Wow.
And who abused it? The conscious mind.
The 10%.
The 10%, which is the social part of you. The social structure, the education, the religion, and the economic status that you have in the market, that is what makes your conscious mind. That is what brings your ego. That is what brings your behavior, रोड पे नंगा नहीं चलना है. क्यों? क्योंकि social structure दिया हुआ है. Obviously नहीं चलना है. But then you go beyond that. You start thinking everything is about this.
Wow.
And that interferes with the operations of the subconscious.
Got it. Oh.
In the subconscious mind, there is a very small area which is also called primitive mind,
Okay.
which is nowadays being related to depression.
Right.
Because, just to explain a little bit more on this, when you are very heavily into some work, or I was at Panama Canal, my conscious mind was acting, but there was so much overload on it that the pilot froze because he went into a flight mode. Because you just shut down. You just shut down. You go into a flight mode. वो भाग गया वहां सिचुएशन से क्योंकि शेर आ गया. वो भाग गया वहां से.
Okay.
पर मैं आ गया फाइट मोड में.
Right.
So I decided to fight the situation. नहीं तो मैं भी फ्रीज हो जाता. So there is another action which is called playing dead. शेर आ जाता तो अरे मैं तो मरा हुआ हूँ, मुझे कोई एक्शन ही नहीं लेना. आज के मॉडर्न वर्ल्ड में उसको बोलते हैं डिप्रेशन. क्या हो गया अमित, तू आजकल कुछ करता नहीं? मैं डिप्रेस्ड हूँ यार. क्योंकि मैंने तुम्हें डिप्रेशन बोल दिया तो मेरी सारी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी खत्म हो गई. मैं तो डिप्रेस्ड हूँ ना. So my accountability has finished. So a lot of people are now today using that. I'm not saying depression is bad or something, but you have to identify and come out of it. So hypnosis, what it does is it shuts the conscious mind, just like that happened at the Panama Canal. And we do it with a technique. When your conscious mind shuts down, we access your subconscious to go and check on the core triggers. What are you operating out of? There are beliefs you have which work for you. There are beliefs you have which worked at one time for you.
Right.
Today they don't work for you. जैसे बचपन में सिखाया ब्रश करो तो एक बिलीफ आ गया, उठते ही ब्रश करना है. वो बिलीफ हमारे काम का है. तो आज मैं हिप्नोसिस में तुम्हें ले जाके वो बिलीफ नहीं निकाल सकता. बट ऐसा हुआ है बाय चांस वेयर आई वुड से amateur hypnotherapists have taken out all beliefs of the person and the person just stops even brushing his teeth. क्या करना है? Everything was a belief. So that is what hypnosis does, where it goes to your core and you access the core and you correct the activating event where it is coming from.
Okay.
So you can remove addictions, you can remove traumas, you can remove depression, you can remove relationship problems because it helps you starting to watch things. It removes phobias, fears. लोगों को डर है, पानी का ही डर है. लोगों को हाइट्स का डर है. वो सब निकल जाता है. Because sometimes the fear is not coming from this life also.
Right, sir. We have
But
to
this,
get into
this
that.
topic will go.
Yes, I was coming to this point so that we will definitely have to come back to you again regarding this. Because
It's very deep. So you can imagine, मैं घुसता चला गया तो
right, sir.
I realized I don't know enough. I don't know enough. More I learned, the more I realized I know nothing.
Oof, what a powerful state.
That's where it starts bringing you grounded also. आज मैं अगर एक वॉचमैन भी है, सिक्योरिटी भी है, मैं उसके साथ प्यार से ही बात करूंगा. क्योंकि भाई मुझे कुछ नहीं आता. And end of the day, you are also a soul playing your role.
Correct.
I am also a soul just playing my role. आज मेरे पास ये बड़ी गाड़ी है तो इसका ये मतलब नहीं कि मैं तुझे अंडरमाइन करूं, क्योंकि तू एक रोल और एक सिनेमा में, एक थिएटर में तू सिर्फ अपना काम कर.
सर ये आप बहुत आगे चले गए.
चलो पीछे आ जाते हैं.
No, why I'm saying this because I think this we have to do a podcast with you, sir, with the cinema example, sir. The movie being played, enacted, and you being the instrument.
Oh my God, it is very deep.
But it's the thing is, sir, being a seafarer and getting into this is something which rarely people talk open up to. So I think you are already doing a beautiful job. But I want with you, me as your student, to get this out also, we'll do it, sir.
Definitely. And it's, I would say you can have one series.
Yeah, it's a series.
Endless series running on this.
Right, sir. No, so many things are clicking right now, but I'm just controlling myself because we'll go on it in a full context.
Absolutely.
Beautiful, sir. So, sir, now, how does your routine look like in a day? Like, what are you doing right now, sir?
I'm running my online academy.
Okay.
And which is basically for seafarers, where as I empower them to live a holistic life.
Right, sir.
Where give them the tips and the tools and the strategies and the support. Because we all need a community support.
Right.
वही हमारा missing है out at sea. क्योंकि we are not a community.
Absolutely.
We are just individuals.
Right.
Right. So we are end of the day very social people. हमारे social skills, हमारे communication skills, हमारे confidence level just drops as a seafarer. So I'm helping seafarers build that. I'm helping them understand that depression and that trauma, how you can come out of it because of the long separations from family. So that is what my academy is doing, where I'm hand-holding them. A second mate has an X set of problems as a career side and family side.
Right.
Somebody has a girlfriend at this time.
Yeah.
He's going to enter a relationship, going to enter a marriage. Suddenly marriage will happen. उसकी life change हो जाएगी. वो उसको आज नहीं पता चल रहा है. तो we are there to bring you into our community that मैं तुझे बताता हूँ आगे क्या होने वाला है और तू इसको कैसे पकड़ के चल सकता है. Because life can be great. Sea life is wonderful. End of the day, merchant navy people, you're blessed.
So
you're getting good money.
Wow. So you said this. You know why I'm stopping you, sir? Because yesterday there was a guest who came here who said exactly the same thing. He said, भगवान का हाथ है आपके ऊपर कि आप इस प्रोफेशन में हो.
The only thing seamen and seafarers don't realize is the principle of life. That there are two aspects to life. One is achievement and one is fulfillment.
Wow.
Achievement is मुझे आज मैं कैडेट हूँ, सेकंड मेट, मुझे एग्जाम्स करने हैं, मुझे चीफ ऑफिसर बनना है, मुझे कैप्टन बनना है, मुझे सेकंड इंजीनियर बनना है, मुझे चीफ इंजीनियर बनना है, and I am now a captain. And then suddenly you're a captain and you say, ये मैं कहाँ हूँ भाई? मुझे वो खुशी क्यों नहीं मिल रही जो मैं कैडेटशिप और सेकंड मेट में मैं सोचता था मैं तो 3 साल सेल करूंगा. मतलब कंटिन्यूस, मैं तो शिप से उतरूंगा ही नहीं. एज अ कैप्टन आई विल मेक सो मच मनी. एंड अब कैप्टन बन के तो 2 महीने में हमें घर भागना है. क्या हो गया? बिकॉज अचीवमेंट इज वन एक्सेस. हाई अचीवमेंट. हाई अचीवमेंट विल गिव यू
momentary happiness.
High achievement will give you dejection.
Dejection.
Because captain बनते ही suddenly you feel dejected. मेरी लाइफ में क्या हो रहा है यार? मैं खुश क्यों नहीं हूँ? Because you've forgotten the fulfillment path. So if you go only for high achievement in your life, you will reach as a captain and you'll suddenly feel dejected. And if you go completely as a y-axis where you go for only fulfillment, life तो आज ही है, दारू पियो, सिगरेट पियो, लाइफ एंजॉय करो, ये क्या बेवकूफ लोग काम कर रहे हैं, लास्ट में इसी के लिए करना है ना. That is delusional. You go into a delusion. यही लाइफ है. So real life is high achievement, high fulfillment. That will hit high success. That is where the definition of success which you made for yourself, that is where you will get that fulfillment and that happiness, and that true happiness on a scale of 1 to 10, you will be super happy. Because you'll be like, achieve भी किया, and एक principle of life है कि भाई ये achievement मेरे को खुशी देने वाली नहीं है, तो ये fulfillment कैसे आएगी, वो भी पाथ साथ साथ लेना है. कितने seafarers हैं who at one point in their life, second mates, they decide to become airline pilots.
Right.
मुझे लाइफ छोड़नी है, मेरे को एयरलाइन में, वहाँ जाते हैं वहाँ भी रोते हैं. क्योंकि you are in the worst company, which is your own company. You are in bad company, bro. You have to get out of your own bad company. So I have sailed and enjoyed my life till I enjoyed. Then I understood things. I wish I had a mentor then who could guide me like this. तो मेरा हाथ पकड़ सकता. एक पॉइंट के बाद तुम अपने माँ बाप के साथ क्या शेयर करोगे, एक पॉइंट के बाद भाई के साथ क्या शेयर करोगे, वो तो अपनी लाइफ में बिजी है, उसकी अपनी प्रॉब्लम्स चल रही हैं. फिर पता लगता है हम सभी साले अकेले हैं यार. And the higher you climb, lonelier it gets. As a cadet, you can do masti. As a captain also, I did masti. But it's still lonely up there. You know.
I so want to go into that tangent, sir, but I'm just restricting because I think this podcast will get extremely heavy.
Yeah.
If you go there, so...
Or very light.
Or very...
Because we'll break things down.
Right, sir. So let's get you back ASAP. But for now, you've given me personally a lot of things to contemplate upon first. A lot of things you have cleared for me. And I hope these guys also who have listened to you got that clarity. You are I think this was one of the best podcasts I have had.
Thank you. Thank you, Karanvir.
And you have anything to say, sir? Because I'm feeling so full and overwhelmed. And I'm like...
I'm also feeling very overwhelmed.
Right, sir.
Thank you for inviting me. You are doing a great job. You have climbed very well in this line of social media. Sure. And I think somewhere you also realized your passion. You also have
Right,
a
sir.
lot of connections from this industry in
Right,
many
sir.
ways, not just merchant navy I'm talking about.
Yes.
And you are one person I would take as a big example who is now following his passion,
Right.
where you don't need to leave everything else to work on your passion.
Absolutely, sir.
साथ साथ काम करो उस पे.
Yes.
So I'm sorry, I come back to saying something for the seafarers,
Yes.
where being out at sea, getting that kind of money,
Yes.
but now's the time. Start planning your exit,
Beautiful.
because merchant navy is not a lifetime career. 32 से maximum 40 तुम्हें यहाँ से निकलना है. And before it's too late, get a mentor, follow the path, find your real purpose, which you can get while you're sailing. So you are a live example of that.
But sir, thank you, and thank you for one of the greatest advices I've got right now, and so lucky to have you here in the last moment. You won't believe it. Just 6 hours ago, I just pushed my luck that I'll just call Captain Amit. He gave me his number last night, and this has happened. Very grateful, sir, for you
Very
to have
grateful,
here, sir.
and thank you so much for inviting
Sir.
me.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Karanvir.
Pleasure, sir. That was Captain Amit for you all. I don't know about you, but for me, when he was telling me about the incident of the head-on collision, near head-on collision, I was totally in a zone where I was literally feeling like I was on the ship with him. I am very much sure that he will come back again for the other topics which he has shared with me off the camera right now, but we'll bring it live to you all for sure. Do let me know in the comment section who all you would want to see on this particular platform, and I'll try to do my best. Thank you once again. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.